and welcome back to the Andres Escobar Talk Show. This is Julia Laugero, Director of Business Development of LeMay Escobar Architecture. Today is episode 4, and we have a very special guest with us, Francesco Farina, CEO of Scavolini USA, to discuss how we are going to reinvent the kitchen space. Ciao, Francesco, and welcome to the show.
Andres. Thank you for having me here. Nice seeing you.
Francesca, I know you and Andres are very good friends and also have collaborating in the past and in the present on several projects. Can you tell me when you guys actually met the first time?
It was when you were presenting your idea for the renovation of a building on Amsterdam, 180 Amsterdam, done by Stonehenge.
That is correct.
The first time that I met Andres Escobar.
Yeah, that was actually a project which was SL Green and Stonehenge.
Correct.
1080 Amsterdam. And I believe you did the kitchens there, right?
We did all the kitchens of that building. You came to our flagship store in Soho, and we met there, I don't know, probably 9 years ago.
Yeah, we met, and one of the things that impressed me the most about not only Scavolini, but Francesco was the ability to understand developers, to understand budgets, to understand how to streamline a project, and extremely cooperative team. And it developed into a much longer relationship. So we by now have done a multitude of projects together, and some of them very large projects. The picture that you see behind me is an example. Charlie West in Hell's Kitchen was something that we actually finished recently. And we also worked in a very large project, a very prestigious project for us, and obviously for everyone involved. The Summit on 44th Street for BLDG. And we had a lot of fun, and it came out beautiful. And the end product is amazing.
That is great. And Francesco, we also want to use your expertise today to get a better sense of what type of materials we would probably see from upcoming requests from interior designer, architectural specs in the kitchen industry. So can you tell me more about that? What do you think we will see in terms of material requests from now on?
Of course, now the expectation of our clients are different. The lifestyle has been in different ways. The lifestyle of our clients has been changed, and there are different needs, and the focus, the attention is more on the hygienic part of the products. So we are going to expect more demand for products that are going to be easy to clean, more with the level of absorption of any type of dust, dirty that can be there much higher. Clients want to see something that is going to be easy to clean, consider green, because there is now more and more, again, attention to a green approach of the product. The product should be with the lowest possible emission of toxic substances, and again, it must be clean and hygienic in our house. The kitchen is where we use food, where we cook, where we live. We spend a lot of time in our days, but in these days even more than before. So there is much more attention and focus on the kitchen products. So we see attention more and more to quartz, to porcelain, to Korean materials. Of course, there is a much more, and it has always been there, but there is more attention to the white, again, because it recalls the idea that can be cleaned easily.
Well, as Francesco mentioned, the green aspect of buildings is going to become a very important factor. And obviously, when you're doing a high LEED certification building or a green building per se, the level of emissions of VOCs and the type of surface that you could utilize that could be considered antimicrobial, as Francesco mentioned, Corian being one of the materials that is actually originally was conceived for laboratories and for hospitals and so on and so forth, has come up with a purely antimicrobial material, which most likely will be used. And it's something that was used in the past, but also porcelain. I know the porcelain counters that are, that you could actually miter the corners, that would be good. But I think more importantly is the evolution of living spaces. We discussed that the kitchen is going to become more than just a kitchen. It's actually your social space. It's a space that could be manipulated to become a continuation of your room. If you happen to be in a small apartment, it could become an entertainment system that is attached to it. It could become also your gym. It could become also your office space, and all could be hidden behind doors. And this is something that we've looked and discussed while we were at the Fiera di Milano with Francesco. They were one of the first ones to incorporate a gym, an exercise unit, in the continuation of this kitchen. So, given the fact that the units are becoming a little bit more, a little bit smaller, more, we have to utilize the space in a more efficient manner, and this is something that they're able to do. So, I think that more and more we're going to start seeing almost like fully prefabricated environments. And one of the things that they are able to do is they are able to actually deliver that whole entire package.
We recently started marketing a new product that has its focus on the possibility of making one space multifunction. So in the way that you want to live your ambience, could be small or big, you should play with we do it with sliding doors mostly. You can use your living area, and your living area can become a functional office. You can use the wardrobe space or walk-in closet and maybe have a solution of an hidden bed. You need to find a solution in these days to enjoy better your stay at home. We unfortunately see more needs of making functional our spaces. In the past, we were I'm talking about a few years ago, 5 years ago, of the big trends of making your space where the kitchen is integrated in the living, feeling that it's not anymore just a kitchen, it's a social space. Today, we talk about making your full unit in a way that is a space that can solve different needs in terms of functionality.
Yeah, I'd like to add something else that perhaps is more educational to people, because one of the things that impressed me the most about visiting the plant of Scavallini is the automation. They're fully automated. Certainly they have employees, but they have only what's really required. Most of the assembly is done with robotics, and mainly what people are just being more inspecting that the components are coming out the way that they were supposed to come in, and if they see a defect or a potential flaw, they just remove it from the chain, and then they continue thing. But the most spectacular part of this is that the way that they storage the components. So their tool to be able to produce very large amounts of kitchens, regardless of the color, texture, material, whatever you name it, they have this codification that brings them into these buildings, and they're really buildings like, I wouldn't, I mean, perhaps I'm wrong, but somewhere like a 7-10 story building. So it's a vertical storage where basically a computer basically takes the pieces, sorts them out, locates them in a specific way. So when you're doing these multifamilies, it's very difficult, or difficult for people to understand that you really need a team player that is able to deliver at those levels. I mean, I do a lot of projects where we actually work with specialty millwork people, and they do great work, but they're not able to follow what's required in a multi-unit project. So it was a very educational trip, because it allows you to see something that is quite spectacular.
Mostly all our factory run thanks to 40,000 solar panels that I believe supply more or less in the 92% of our needs of energy. So again, there is a beautiful quality lab where me and Andrea spent a lot of time because Andres was shocked. We test all our materials, so we want to be sure that we deliver quality. A brand must be focused on quality, but also there is a production facility, there is a production system that can move large quantities and deliver really large quantities, having even in mind that the environment is the key.
Francesco, thanks a lot for your time today. I look forward for the next project, but also look forward for our next dinner, the three of us all together to celebrate and really meet again soon. And to everyone else, thank you so much for watching and see you to the next episode. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.